Hey guys, I'm gonna go over some blah blah blah. Alright, so I'm gonna go over some tips and tricks on how to make the most money possible with Uber, how to stay safe, protecting yourself and your passengers. And we're going to go over some important prep tips on making sure you're prepared to make the most money possible with Uber. First thing, I just appreciate it if you guys use my promo code. I'll leave it on the bottom somewhere over on the side. By using the referral code, you get an opportunity to get the referral bonus for $150. So each person that uses that, I believe that we both can make that referral bonus. So thank you guys for watching in advance, and please use that referral code if you do choose to be an Uber driver. So why did I choose to use Uber? It's quick and easy to sign up. It took me 3 days to hear back. I just uploaded registration, license, and proof of insurance, and they need your social security to do a background check, and it was that easy. It took me 20 minutes online, heard back in 3 days, downloaded the app, and I was ready to make some cash, which was really good because I needed the cash pretty quick at that time. So it's a great opportunity that Uber provides to make some quick cash, and you're providing a great service to people and potentially saving lives, because most of the kids I've done rides for have been young college-age kids on weekends who are like going out, so helping a kid or preventing another drunk driving incident that can result in something fatal or very harmful to someone's child or someone's family member is a great service that you can provide, and to feel good about while you're making some quick cash too. So I'm gonna go through this step by step on how you're gonna start on it, start to finish. First thing you want to do is make sure that you're prepped well to do the rides. You want to make sure your car is clean, outside and inside. So it's clean of debris, dust, little spills, anything possible that you can clean it up, because it's going to count for your customer service and your reviews, which is going to be really important in maintaining your ability to continue driving with Uber. Though it's really easy to get started, they're fairly strict with who they're keeping on. If you don't maintain good customer service reviews, then you can potentially get booted or blocked out. So first things first, you want to make sure your car is clean and the inside is clean. It's free from any kind of extra stuff, any little thing, even the smallest thing you could imagine. If you don't need it in the car, just get rid of it. You'll need all the space you can to provide the best service that you can. So I removed everything, literally everything that did not make the car roll. I removed everything from inside of the car and everything from the trunk of the car, because again, you're basically a ride sharing, but you're more like a taxi service. So they might need your trunk, or they might need as much space as possible, so you want to make as much available to them as possible. Let's see here. Since you are going to be riding at night sometimes, which means you'll be picking up some drunk kids or drunk adults as well. Seems we all do it. You're going to want to keep some bags in your car, just in case. This has never happened, but it's not a bad idea. Luck tends to favor the prepared, and you don't really want to deal with that or having to go through Uber for reimbursement to get your car cleaned because you didn't plan ahead to prevent it from happening. So you're going to want to have that done as well. So that will cover you to get started. Once you first start driving, you're probably going to be a bit nervous, which is pretty okay. If you've never done it before, you might not be 100% familiar with the app, and you're going to have random people in your car. How does that feel? It's actually kind of fine. Most people are pretty normal. They're just on their way somewhere. I just try to focus on making sure you're driving carefully and safely. Make sure to greet everybody when they first come in your car. So when they first come in, you want to confirm their name, which Uber highly recommends, and I recommend it. You're going to ask for their name. Usually I'll just keep my doors locked. I roll down the window and say, hey, what's the name? and they'll give your name, and the app shows you what name it is. And in an area where you can have lots of people ordering an Uber at that time, you want to make sure you're picking up the right person. So make sure you confirm the name, and once you have the name, just unlock the door, invite them in. I ask them how they're doing that day, if everything's going well. Try to be as friendly as possible, and I usually try to keep it to that. One of the number one complaints I'll get, or not that I've gotten, but they'll tell me about, or they'll tell me what they appreciated about the ride, is that I didn't ask them a whole lot of questions. A lot of people are natural introverts, or they're not, they're having a bad day, they don't want to talk to anyone. So I will start the conversation with, just how are you today, or, on the way, oh, you're on your way to wherever, and just keep it to that. If they continue to engage me, then I will continue to engage them, and I'll keep it really, as friendly as possible. I'm pretty nice, amicable. I feel like I am a personable person, so I'll continue the conversation. If they don't want to talk, then they don't want to talk. So some people don't want to be bothered, and it will drop your scores if you're that annoying guy who won't leave them alone and ask them, oh, what are you doing? What's your job? What do you do at your job? Oh, do you love it? Da 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 da. Just keep talking and talking and talking. If you're that kind of person, you just need to talk to everybody. You might want to keep that in check, because a lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people have pointed that out specifically about what they appreciate about my ride. Let's see here. I'd say important tip: drive slowly or at moderate speeds and smoothly. I've taken quite a few taxis in my day, and one of the worst parts of driving through a taxi, and especially in big cities like New York, I'll go to where I'm coming from, an airport, is feeling like at any moment you're going to die. That is the worst, the worst feeling ever. Just at any moment you're gonna crash. He's breaking all kinds of driving laws. He's just jerky, just slamming on brakes, blowing through lights, trying to make it to the next, next block or the next lane, and feeling like you're not quite sure. You're just reaching for the oh shit bar every second. Nobody really wants to experience that, so don't do that. Drive slow and smooth. And that'll cover mostly your driving. Just basic customer service. Keep your car clean. You be clean. Dress well. Be clean cut, or just maintained as well as you usually do. And treat your passengers with kindness and respect. I'll ask them, where would you like to be dropped off specifically, if the GPS tends to not be too specific on that. And just offer to give a hand if you can with bags or whatever, making sure that they get all of their stuff before they leave. And that's, if you really do those really basic things, you're going to have some pretty good customer service scores. You're going to keep it in that 4.8, 4.9 and higher range, which is what you want to maintain or continue to be able to drive with Uber. Now, the part of the video which you guys are going to want the most is, how are you going to make the most money possible with Uber? First, from what I have observed, it's really a volume game. How do I get the most rides in the shortest amount of time? A lot of people want to focus on the surge pricing, which is awesome. One time I got a 3.8 times surge, and that resulted in like an $85 ride, because it was like half an hour or 20 minutes. So that was very good. But those don't come on too often, but those are really good because they're like 10 rides or something, if you can land something like that. But most of them are going to be pitter-patter rides, like $5, $7, $8, $7, $5, $10, $5, and so on. So most of your rides are going to be like that, so you want to get as many rides as possible. So you're going to stick to high-volume cities, where there's a lot of people who don't walk, or a lot of college towns where kids are going out on weekends and need a ride to get to places because they're going to be, drinking, and they don't want to take that risk. You want to stick to those areas, because those are going to be the highest volume places, and they're going to be the highest demand places, which will at certain times be those places where surge is going to happen most often. So stick to those high volume cities, and your days are going to make the most money are your Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and some Sunday nights, where the volume is high. People are going out, they don't want to drive, they want to be able to drink, they want to be able to have a good time. So you want to be able to be there to provide that service, and that's where people, are going to need that service the most. So that's where you want to be. Typically, high traffic times I find are between like 3 p.m. all the way up until 2 or 3 a.m. That's when you're going to get continuous or very consistent business. The last thing you really want is to be sitting around waiting when there really isn't that much business to acquire. So what you want to do is continue to be available during those times, and that way you'll work less. You'll work less and make more, and that's what you want. So yeah, I highly recommend college towns and cities, and especially late nights on weekends. Just make that sacrifice, and you're gonna get compensated, much better than other days where like a weekday during the day is gonna be a little bit tougher. Chasing surging or surge pricing specifically. So it's usually surge pricing will be around 1.5 to 2 times your normal rate and the distance rate. So what you want to do is just actually stick to those high volume city areas or college towns where there's going to be a lot of volume, because the surges tend to be in those spots at those high traffic times like I was talking about, and in neighboring towns during the times where people want to be heading into the city, like that 4 to 6 p.m., 7 p.m., much later into the night. You'll get consistent hits up until about midnight, and then there'll be another rush where people are starting to head home, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., where people are consistently going home. That's when the surges happen. Again, that's where you're going to make a lot of your money. So just drive safe, especially if you're driving late at night. If you need some, like a soda or something to stay awake, make sure you do that, because you want to be safe and you want to keep your customers safe. So just make sure to do that. And really, in a nutshell, that's everything. It can be a little bit nerve-wracking to have, random people in your car for the first time, or, just doing this for the first time. But really, if you just, make sure you do those simple things, keep your car clean, make sure you treat people kindly, offer a hand when you can, make sure you're driving during peak hours and in high volume cities, you're going to make money quickly and safely, which is what's really important. And if you guys have any questions, just leave them at the bottom. Again, my promo code is AW97B. I'm going to leave it on the video, and I'll leave a link to it. Again, you'll be part of that referral program where you get $150, and I'll get $150. And it's a great opportunity to make some quick cash without having to sit through interviews and apply everywhere and wait for a call back, and then have to go to an interview, and then you're not sure if you made a great impression, and you just sign up, you just upload the necessary documents, you hear back in like a week or so. I actually heard back in 3 days, so as long as you're not kidnapping babies, you probably are gonna be fine. So again, thank you, and please use the promo code if you can. And if you have any questions, I plan to make some follow-up videos. Thank you.